Follow the drip. Follow the drip.
Are you one that likes to stand out amongst the rest? Well, check out Painted Drip by The Joker. Painted Drip is a customized footwear company that it specializes in unique hand-painted, customized footwear, which is hand-painted by the Joker himself. Shipping is available all over, East Coast, West Coast, no matter where you are, we can get your products to you. So follow The Drip. Check out their IG page, Painted Drip, for more information. And again, all footwear is customized and hand-painted by the Joker himself.
Yeah. Roll up this beat so I can smoke a track. Order 20 wings and things in all flats. Stretch out my style with words like Cadillacs. Logan Berry on ferry and ferries a loud pack. Move smooth, groove without a call. Bring the entertainment cause I can raise the ball. I'm a DIYer, that's why I grind hard. Part of the sun, I am the all. Drinking Logan Berry, spit raw and breaking laws. Talking to you and your crew and all of y'all. Y'all can have this ghetto shit, piss in the hall. Walking up the stairs, smelling like dirty stars. Mic check, respect so we connect. On my vibe, so rise so I reflect. A new mindset, respect the project. Work this money, stretched like latex. Don't get mad, I'm spitting on this raw. Killing you quick, you trick like fentanyl. Talking real, not trying to be mean. Going hard in the paint like Draymond Green.
I am a calm spitter, I got a dong getter. Black diamonds, got my whole charm lit up. Broad on my arm, looking tight, Pam Grierish. If it ain't a black card, she ain't trying to hear it. I got a black guard spirit, hear it. Shine so frozen, gotta stand still or wear it. I move though, with the hooligans, I know their steps. Boastful, type cocky, gotta show their reps. Me, I'm more laid back, control my breath. Meditation after my prayer, control my left. I'm right. In a bronze face bottle with a large age. Janet Jack looking like I got an elder barge face. So open, I can see her soul. She dreaming of Vera Wayne's when you see her toes. So pearl her, twirl her whole, I hold my own. Got sun standing in line to hold my throne. I'm great. I ain't never been accused of hate, but I've been accused of murder and went upstate. Please excuse my swag, I've been up late. I move from light to dark just to check my mate. Bang.
Yeah, it's your boy the Joker, the Overlook FC, man. You have to go ahead and play that right there, man. I ain't listened to it in a while. Logan Berry, you know what I'm saying? Drink on that Logan Berry.
That's a great pick me up this morning. I was feeling it, bro. You see me, I'm like, shoot, mic check, man. What?
Yeah. B2B. Me and Boss had a nice little meeting yesterday. We finished the album up. We back on our, finish the project up, man. It's gonna be fun. We go back in the lab, finish some things up. Shout out my man Prince Killer. Shout out to him. I did a feature on his project, so I can't wait till that drop.
That's dope.
Yeah, it's called Nothing to Prove. It's the name of the song, but I got nothing to prove.
How do you feel? How do you feel about that? What got you to the point where you like, I don't have anything to prove. I am who I am. I know what I bring. Period.
Yeah. When you growing in yourself, because you always putting them memes up on some positivity about self. You be talking to self and self say, huh? You gotta talk to self sometimes. And when you talk to self and you can improve everything outside yourself, and you feel you don't have to prove nothing else to prove because of your growth, it automatically it's hard to say when it's time because everybody's different.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been doing this for a long time, and I'm like, when he wrote this song and I heard the hook, I said, you know what, it's got nothing to prove. He don't have nothing to prove. He did his little lane for a while, big lane, not little lane, big lane. He had moving,
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Real strong. I had a big lane moving. Now we coming together. We don't have nothing to prove. We just got to prove ourselves now to elevate for self. Self motivation, self counsel, self medical. I mean, we can keep going. It's self everything.
Mm-hmm.
That's a
Mm-hmm.
nice little hashtag. Self everything.
I'm gonna look. I'm
Hashtag
gonna put
self
it in the
everything.
chat.
Yeah,
I'm with you there. Grand
yeah,
Rising, everybody. Grand Rising. I see y'all out there in the check-in. Self
yeah.
everything. Hashtag self everything.
Hashtag self everything. And so that's the name of the song. Me and Prince Killer. What I'm saying. It's called Nothing to Prove. That's gonna be on this project, and I can't wait till it drop. What I'm saying. Shout out to forgot the name of the studio on Hurdle. We went to,
Mm.
man. Them boys is nice. I've been following them boys for a long time. They got a nice podcast. I was on their podcast on their 100th episode about a month ago. So yeah, I had to go there and show some love and support. You know
That's
what I'm
what's
saying?
up.
Bring some business. Local business. Go ahead and support. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, speaking of, we do have a special going right now. I don't know why people are so afraid to invest in their business to market it. There's so many events going on. And for $30, you can have a shout out right here on Greenleaf's Media,
Mm-hmm.
Greenleaf's World Entertainment, because we have such a great reach. We reach hundreds of people, literally. We reach hundreds of thousands of people all the time. I just put up the numbers the other day. Just within 3 weeks, we had over 8,000 people, 8,000 potential customers. But people don't want to put $30 just to shout out. And I'm always seeing events or hearing about things, and I'm like, well, I am not going to beg anyone to support themselves. It's difficult, it seems like, for people to change their mindset or change their way of thinking as far as how they market their business. I'm
Mm-hmm.
finding.
Yeah. They people still stuck on the creativity part, which is part of it. Don't get me
Mm-hmm.
wrong. But
Mm-hmm.
it's like they think that the sound and the sound so good gonna be the one that's gonna push it. And to get this get right into the conversation that I want to talk about today too. So it's good that you bringing this thing up. Uh, it's like the Grammys. You know, the
Let's
Grammys. The
talk about the.
Grammys. Yeah, listen. Grammys. 50% of the Grammys was independent artists. It's for the second year in a row. And from that happening 2 days, 2 years in a row, y'all independent artists need to know. Like, some of them don't know what to do. Some ask me questions, and I tell them what they need to be doing. I'm gonna say it live here, and it's not simple, but it's simple. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Like I said before, this is a amazing digital world. Okay, uh, in this digital world, you have to mastermind the different communities. For an example, like you have the world, then we have communities. The community can be the Twitch. That's a community. So once you get download the Twitch app and you start posting, you start doing whatever you're doing to grab people, that's a community of the Twitch family who's definitely like what you're doing. Now you got to pick a lane in that community. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Same thing with TikTok. TikTok is a digital community. Okay, now you got to figure out your lane in that community. Once because you figure out your lane in the community on TikTok, you got all the motivational people that want to hear positive things that love is going on in the industry world, things going on in people's local town. When it's a tragedy happening, you report it, you let people know what they think about it, from the pregnancy to anything that's going on. You put that in there, and then you do it in a positive way to where what can we do for this negativity that's coming up that's in the office? What can we do to be the positive? You bring that to the table on
Mm-hmm.
TikTok. That's a lane in that community. So that lane means people can pick and choose what lane they want to be in as far as looking at content.
I'm glad you said that, because that's exactly, and we probably had this conversation before. That's why I decided to do that. So for different platforms, I know people are looking for different things from me on different platforms. Like over here on TikTok, Grand Rising, everybody. This is my motivational space over here. And I love it over here on TikTok because I can do all my motivational stuff in the morning and all of that and still reach and reach, a large mass. But I know like on Facebook, they aren't really like people are checking for different platforms and it really is knowing the lane. And now I'm learning the YouTube lane. And y'all, when I tell you, what I am finding is that each time you tell me, try it this way, and I am consistent at doing that, I see results. So I'll give you an example. I'm really focusing on the YouTube channel, our YouTube channel right now. Mm-hmm. So because that has been my focus, I'm seeing the growth in that because I know what lane we are in. Over there on YouTube, I know the lane we're in, so I'm focusing on that lane instead of being all over the place. It works.
Yeah, and like I tell artists all the time, like Flowers, like for example, another cat hit me up that does movies. He does movies. He's from out of Houston. He hit me up, and you got to get into the lane of the people who love movies in general, because now you have the industry movies, you have the indie movies. They all under one umbrella now because you can't. They're all getting the same positive treatment. Not it's different from the music. You know what I'm saying? And that transition, we talked about that also in one of my mentor group sessions. And they said they see that those things come together. So that's a different ball game when it comes to movies. But those who are doing movies, you're in that same lane as somebody who did Fast and Furious. You're in that same lane, same community. You know what I'm saying? No matter how much money they making off the movie, no matter how many people watch it, you still in that same realm to where you can still get that same reaction as that movie did because you're in the same umbrella. And that's dope when you understand marketing to how to market your brand, your movie in that lane so you can actually get them same numbers, that same bag, that same following, that same fan base. You know what I mean? That's why it's so important to understand marketing. Promotion is there, but promotion only works for a short-term thing that you're doing to bring that big baby to get to the table, let people see or hear.
Speaking of, so switching gears a little bit, because some of the topics we're going to talk about are things like 50 Cent and I am live. Is 50 Cent and I'm live. Is 50 Cent and hello? Is 50 Cent? I'm live. I don't understand. Yeah. I don't understand. I swear.
Reality TV, y'all. Reality TV.
Right. It is 50 Cent. Do you think that all of this trolling that 50 is doing right now is because he's promoting, like this is a part of a marketing attempt?
No, well, that story go way back, man. Those who really been in that way back in the day. So back in the day, we had now everything went down with the 50 thing and
YouTube.
And YouTube and all that. Because 50 says, he been saying this for a while, that Irv had something to do with his shooting when he got shot 9 times. With Supreme and all them in Queens and all that back in the day. And Irv was best friends with Supreme. They from the same block with Queens, you know what I'm saying, Hollis. And they grew up together in high school, all that. So, and back then, Irv was trolling him too. So, that's what the Ja Rule thing came about because of that situation and all that. And that's how that beef got started. It started from the streets. It didn't start from music.
And this is like from the 90s. This is literally this beef is older than some of the people. We're live on YouTube as well, Shanette. This beef is probably older than some of the people that's even looking at 50 troll and Irv. I thought that was, I get it. You know, the thing with 50 and Herb. Was it the wrong time? I think so, 50. I think it was not the right time. But the Big Meech, his son, Lil Meech, I thought, you know, and maybe it was the mom and me looking at 50 Cent like, dang, 50, you could have been a little bit more nicer. He reached out to you saying, like, I don't have nothing to do with this.
Well, let me break it down. Let's break it down, and let's be in 50 shoes. Let's put out 50 shoes on. Curtis Jackson. Shout out to Curtis Jackson. You know what I mean? I've been knowing of him before he was a hip hop artist through a friend of mine, rest in peace, who grew up with him in Queens. Put yourself in 50 shoes. You know, when for the music, before you start doing podcasts, Vet Green the Queen, before you start getting into your open mode and being positive, and then all of a sudden, somebody that shorty from the block then did shot you when you was pregnant or something with your twins, and then and that happened, but you survived. The kids was good, and then all of a sudden, they trolling you for something they did you wrong for. How would you feel?
I would be, and I am big on loyalty. I'm writing it down because I want to clip this part. Put yourself in 50. I am big on loyalty, everybody. Hey, Jean Max, how are you? I am big on loyalty. I feel like don't give anybody ammunition to use against me. I am huge on loyalty. So I feel 50 on that. And again, I just think it was just the wrong time. Like, man,
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be vulnerable. If I was in his shoes, I probably would be petty too. You know why? Because I still feel some type of way that you had something to do with me almost getting murdered. Okay, you was a part of that thing. You was part of the setup. You was right there when that young man came up over me and shot me 9 times. And I survived. And you sat there cheering it on, and you was the getaway driver. In front of his grandmother's house. So you know what I'm saying. So and then you walking freely out here like nothing happened. You know what I mean? And then now I'm in a different place in my career where I can't touch you because why? I'll get sued or something. I'm trying to take care of my family. I'm trying to do what I love best. And then you got your boy coming at me, Ja Rule, because he feels some type of way, and he got his people. His people was going to come to your tour, throwing chairs on those. Y'all can Google this. From Summer Jam when 50 was on Summer Jam when Ja Rule sent the goons to be on the front row and throwing chairs on the stage, and you know what I'm saying, and Tony Yayo and Lloyd Banks was in the situation. Well, Tony Yayo knew what was going on, but Lloyd Banks and my boy from the other member of G Unit didn't know what was going on, why they was throwing chairs and all that on Summer Jam. Putting people's lives in danger. You know what I mean? All this stuff is getting balled up. So, and at the end of the day, I feel 50.
I guess my other question, bro, is it ever not the right time to be petty? Because when you put it that way, and I know me, because I feel you, especially if you've been disloyal.
Yeah. I get it. He should have had a soft heart, but it's hard to have a soft heart when that bitterness is still there. You ain't getting no clarity on what happened. You ain't, as a guy, he didn't even try to want to talk. You know what I mean? Even 50 even tried to get the Louis Farrakhan to put them together to talk, and he refused. So that's kind of suspect. You feel some type of way. Like, okay, you don't want to come together and talk about this with Louis Farrakhan, but all of a sudden now you want to keep doing this after all these years. Now, rest in peace to Irv Gotti because I'm a fan. You know what I mean? I love his work, always will. You know what I mean? But you left the earth. I don't got no love for you.
Hey, what's going on, Shana? Thank you for coming over to YouTube. Make sure you hit that like button. Grand rising to you, DJ Larry Loud. I want to play a clip. Did you see what 50's son Marquise had to say about Lil Meech? And I guess they may have had a run-in, and I would feel a way if my father was showing more love to somebody else. I would feel away. So I want to share my screen and play. And if you all are following, hey, yes, hey, yeah, boo. If you guys are over here on TikTok, go ahead over to YouTube so you can see the entire channel. Hey, John Max, if you are over here on YouTube, I think you are already subscribed, but make sure you hit the YouTube channel as well. I'm going to go ahead and share the screen and play a little bit of this so we can get into this conversation, everybody.
Y'all also go down the rabbit hole, man. Go down the rabbit hole about the history of that of 50 and Herb.
I need to hear this.
I knew you were going to know because you're
It was like,
a hip hop history buff.
You thought you were special. You really thought you were special.
Mm.
Who told you were special?
He looked just
You thought you
like
were
50.
special. Somebody out here, or maybe there's a bunch of people out here that need to hear this. And it was like, you thought you were special.
Well, that's in reference to Lil Meech thinking that he was above 50's pettiness. They are twins, aren't they, Devajna? They are twins.
Just alike, yeah, you do. I understand King Mike Murray compassion. I can't be passionate with something in a situation like that. I can't. If y'all seen the movie of his life, how he got shot, and that the getaway driver, Irv Gotti, was in the, he wasn't the driver, he was in the back seat. And this stuff over, you didn't say nothing. The man was over you. He shot you 9 times in the face. I'm supposed to bring compassion in because you got unlife? Nah, dog. That part right there, I'm the gentlest person in the world. I'm a forgiving person, but that right there, and I'm still breathing out of that, I can't.
So there's limits. There's definitely limits to the disloyalty. And then now, I don't expect anybody, if I'm not cool with you and somebody that I'm cool with is cool with you, I'm fine with that, but not in that capacity where I feel like you are going to try and hurt me.
That space is hard for forgiveness, man. Like, when you, and especially when you try to fix it. 50 tried to do all that rabbit hole. And them videos all on YouTube, all those come up videos, DVDs back in the day, they all on there. Put in 50 Cent at Summer Jam, getting chairs getting thrown. That was people that Ja Rule brung to the because of Irv Gotti, because of the shooting of 50 years ago prior, when Swerve Supreme got locked up for life.
What was the beef? Do you recall where the beef even originated? Because this was when 50 was still, he wasn't mainstream at this point. Everybody knew he was coming because there's clips out there where Jay-Z was telling these guys that 50 Cent is coming. So what do you remember what initiated the beef in the first place?
It was all street value because they from the same block, Jamaica, Queens, and Supreme was running the block, and then 50 came as a young man. Allegedly came into the game, selling his things to make a little bag, and 50 was a ticking time bomb. People don't know 50. Shout out to 50, Curtis Jackson, aka Boo Boo, but ain't everybody know him as Boo Boo and Jamaica Queen, and he was a ticking time bomb. He was like, he was selling his thing, but the thing was, Supreme had got his goons like, yo, he can't be selling out here. Because it was a territory thing in the 90s. Even like this in Buffalo, you couldn't just go in there and anybody block just to make a hustle. You can't do that. Even certain places in Lackawanna, you couldn't do that. You know what I mean? You couldn't go to the basketball court and get a lick when you know what I mean? When the brothers is out there doing what they doing, like, yeah, who is this dude? Like, what? That's our customer. Like, that's just the way it was in the 80s and 90s. So that's how the beef started in that area. So 50 was big headed, like, this is my block too. You can't tell me what to do. I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. You got a problem, then I won't smoke, and that's what happened.
Yeah, a lot of people are commenting. Big Mike said, I'm glad Jesus didn't tell us that, but I hear you. Shawnette, thank you, DJ Larry Loud, too. He said he loves the growth the show has attained. I appreciate that because I know you've been rocking with us for a very, very long time. Shawnette said, I feel some type of way too. Turning the other cheek is hard. God is not finished with me yet. I rock my Petty-Yonsei crown. Okay.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, that's half the battle when you're honest about yourself. I'm honest about myself in that area. You know what I mean?
Well, what about Rick Ross though, bro? Like, what is that? The beef with Ross, and I know it goes to like the baby mom and all of like they got real disrespectful with that.
You know that wasn't even 50 in the beginning. That was Ross. Ross was petty because when he came in the game, 50 was still hot. Because 50 was still hot. G Unit was hot at the time. By the time he came out with the Port of Miami album, he just got signed. And you had to, at that time, Irv Gotti was also one of the executives for Def Jam too. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm gonna talk more about Irv Gotti, what he accomplished. People don't understand too about Irv Gotti that if it wasn't for Irv Gotti, a lot of them people on Def Jam would be successful in the '90s. Just to put that in the front seat, so why people want to talk that smack.
He changed. You have to give him his props for what he did, because there was a time when you could not listen to what was going on over at with Irv and all of those guys, from Ashanti down Ja Rule, all of them. They were killing it in the airwaves.
That's right. So, but that's how that started, because of trying to get recognition for the album and all that, and just want to that's all that was. And then it got serious, and it's still petty against each other on the net to this day. But now that's petty. That's different. That's petty.
He released his baby's moms.
I can leave that alone.
And she tells the story because I follow the show that she's on, Stormy, his oldest child's kid's mom. And she tells the story like that was a video that she had made. It was an intimate video that she and he had made. And somehow or another 50 Cent got it and released it. Like, why would you do that? So yeah, that's a little bit crazy. But and one of the other things 50 did was he kind of put Rick Ross on blast, because I guess apparently when Rick Ross came out, he tried to have this persona that he came from the streets and stuff, and which he may have been in the streets, but not the way the music was. He actually got the music from Freeway, the streets from Freeway Rick Ross, and he was a correctional officer.
Right, that part.
But
and I want to get there. Let me go back to Irv Gotti. Irv Gotti. I'm gonna say this, and some people agree, some people can disagree. But do your research. You know what I'm saying? Watch the behind the scenes of the Ye documentary on Netflix too. Irv Gotti, every idea in the 90s came from Irv Gotti, because they didn't trust him as an A&R, and he was trying to tell them what's going to be a hit, what's not going to be a hit. They not listened to him, and then they went behind his back and still did it, and that artist blew up because of his idea. Everything, I'm going to say every single thing of Def Jam idea in the 90s came from Irv Gotti. If it wasn't for Irv Gotti, Def Jam would have been failed.
Yeah. Did you watch the show Tales? I watched a few episodes of it. It was pretty good. I wish that it went on longer, because I can see the vision behind it.
Yeah, he was an excellent writer. He was a good writer. His vision was definitely off the chain. I love his creativity. I love his passion. And I hate to say this. You know what I mean? And me and my fellow friends was talking about this, and my mentor, they was like, anybody that's in the industry that they say that was an a-hole, they're passionate and they successful and they know what they're talking about. But they shouldn't have to be an a-hole behind it. But 90% of the time, they know what they're talking about. So if you're in the industry and you don't like somebody, pay attention, because you might get some out of it. That's the truth. Because look at Dame Dash. The people didn't get along with him, but I've been seeing his interviews now.
Man,
he knew what he was talking about.
He's steadily. Listen, I'm rooting for Dame Dash because I do feel. Let me ask you this: do you think that there really have been industry gatekeepers and they have been keeping people like behind? I feel that too.
Oh yeah, of course, of course, and that's to protect the machine, and I get it. You know what I mean? And to this day, if you have a lane and you building your lane and you building your community, you got to protect it with gatekeeping. Trust me. Everybody can't go. Benny the Butcher, that's where you got that from. Everybody can't go. You have to gatekeep around your brand, period, because we're to protect it. Everybody can't sit at the same table you sit at. So I get it. Back then, I didn't get it because I knew I had talent. I knew the Pack who had talent. I knew we could be a part of this movement. We could be part of the culture, and we could bring something to the table with the culture. Yeah, but then you got those people that really don't put in that work and still get in. You know, it's nah. Like what you do, what have you done? You don't have no catalog. You don't have no background. How you get in? So you have to, but you were here messing up the brand. Now they got to kick you out. Now you just hired to get you away because this person like you, but everybody else don't like you. And is what I'm saying? Like now it's a problem. You have to protect your brand on anything, not just music industry, your business, everything. Yes, you have to gatekeep in a way to protect that. Everybody can't come to Greenleaf Media. If we just like anybody on this platform, we won't be where we at right now.
True that.
So you got to gatekeep a little. Everybody. The game is to be sold, not told. Everybody always wants. I'm giving people free game. These free games is nuggets. These free games is an appetizer. I'm not giving you the entree. I'm gonna give you the chips and the dip. I'm not giving you the T-bone steak and the potatoes. I'm not giving you that. You got to earn that. You got to pay for that. You understand me? But we'll give you these dips though. Get some of this dip. You know what I'm saying? I got the chicken dip. I got the buffalo chicken dip. I got the you can have. You got the bison dip over here. Try that a little bit. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Boom. What's over there though? Don't worry about what's over there. Worry about trying to master this. Master keep dipping. Master not double dipping. Master that.
I think I'm glad you said that because I noticed there's a lot of people who want to do these big grand things, whether it's making music, making beats, podcasting, but they won't move because they don't realize that you have to master something. Like you need to get in the habit of doing that thing before you are able to do it on a large scale. But some people won't do it. They because they're afraid to start at the bottom. Like starting like me doing this. I know this what we're doing right now. We're going to be in a studio. We're going to have an entire there's going to be things that's going to come down the line for us. We know that. And I know that's another reason why we work so well, because we realize that the work that we're doing today, the work that you put in today is going to help you in the long run. So those of you out there that's stalling on your dream, just know the longer you stall, the harder it's going to be. If you want to do music, start doing music. Start recording. If you have to record yourself in whatever the free platform is to record your music, do just that, because the more you do it, the better you get. If you want to start a podcast, you don't have to have like this grand stuff to start a podcast. You don't have to do that. Start your podcast. StreamYard is free. You have the little duck in the side, or get yourself a podcast producer to do that so you can at least start before you get into that studio, before you get into that booth. At least start. But people are so afraid to just do that.
And then people that is doing that, they're not afraid. They're not afraid to go to the next level. And they get comfortable. When they get comfortable, they get entitled. When you get comfortable, you get entitled to say, "Oh, you supposed to do this for me." Like, who told you that? Who told you? Somebody that told you wrong. You don't. If you really want to know how to get into a certain situation, Take the time to build a relationship with Vet Green, the Queen. Take the time to build a relationship with Sean Dawn. Try to build a relationship with DJ Larry Loud.
Mm-hmm.
Try to get a relationship with Prince Killer. Bam, fam,
Mm-hmm.
family. You know what I'm saying? Instead of trying to get something free out of something, they're saying you get a relationship, you'd be surprised you can get for free. Just having that relationship with somebody, just to you know what I'm saying, didn't respect the business.
Oh, speaking of, I'm glad you said that.
Respect the business, man.
One of the takeaways that I get from Kendrick is that he really just want people to respect the music. And earlier I had asked you about the AI music and how you felt about that. And I know a lot as artists, I know artists who write music and perform your music, you all may feel a way about that. And do you feel that that respect of the music and the craft is being lost with the onset of not just AI music, but people are just putting stuff out there now. Just putting stuff out there.
They doing it for a quick fix. They're not doing it for the culture. You know what I mean? And it's like it gets it don't mess up what we got going on. As far as if you're an artist, you try to make it do what it do, and you in that lane, you definitely work it. It ain't gonna affect people like that. It's gonna affect the ones that I said that want the entitlement. They want the freebies. They don't want to put in the work. They don't want to build relationships. They don't want to figure it out. They don't want to build their own lane. They don't want to master their lane. They don't want to. This stuff takes time and work and consistency. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Vet Green, you didn't just start doing this yesterday.
No, I'm surprised. You know what? I had this conversation. It's funny, and here's E Digger jumping on here. Grand rising to you, E Digger. I did not just start this. There's my very first podcast producer right there. I started on Charm City Direct TV, but it took me a very long time to understand what E Digger and Don and even you were doing behind the scenes. Like I just literally just this year started doing it myself. Before I had a producer, whether it was E Digger or whether it was the Joker. So now I have an even greater appreciation for what y'all were doing behind the scenes, because I was struggling when Joker had to do what Joker had to do. Y'all see me? I was like, man, I miss bro. Like it was different things because you I know for a lot of people, you think that we just get up here. Hey, D-Ron. Y'all think that we just get up here and we're just talking and stuff, but there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes to make this like what he's doing right now. This is not just popping up, y'all. These are functionalities that we are using behind the scenes. So I have a greater respect for what you were doing, bro, between loading the music and then on top of that, the marketing and stuff. But it's a process, and I'm glad that I have been able to learn it, and I'm getting better at it. But like E Digger's been doing it for years, but he started somewhere.
Yeah, let's say my E Digger platform is so beautiful. His content is just so attaching. I'm thinking I'm not looking at it as me being a podcast producer. I'm looking at it as me watching, being a fan. Like if I was just a person that's watching, it attracts you because he understands the element of the creativity and the look. Like you got to look like MTV. He looks like MTV
all the time from day one. Now, and still is one of the best.
I put his podcast on the screen. I be looking for the VH1 logo on the corner. Like, I'm streaming.
The crispness of it. Yeah. Dan Brielle's talking about we talked about it. Yeah, we talked about it. Yeah. We did, Dan Brielle. We did. That's what I asked Joker, Dan Brielle. Does he think it is a PR stunt? And we can talk briefly about it again.
No, it's not. This goes way back. You know, I really want Dan Brielle go down that rabbit hole and really put in the search of 50 when he first got shot 9 times and start from there and go up. You'll see what's really going on. You know, with Irv Gotti and Ja Rule and all that. They all had something to do with that. And it's just they, you know, and I feel 50. They still walking the earth, breathing, and thinking it's cool, thinking that I should, you know, if I see you at the awards, I'm not gonna do nothing to you. Every time they seen each other, they was fighting.
Ooh, that's that Taurus in you.
Yeah, I'm not. So that, you know what I'm saying? That's why I feel 50. I can't. Ja Rule can't now walk in a hotel room, and I'm there, and you got something to do with me getting shot 9 times. I'm still breathing, and you walking in the hotel room. No, we got smoke on tight. Oh man,
Here we go.
yeah,
Let's
yeah.
So 50 was definitely trolling him after he had the stroke. And I mean the picture, y'all. Let me stop sharing so I can pull up the picture really quickly, bro. You said you walking this earth still, and you
Yeah, you still breathing? Like, nah, dog. Like, you lucky I didn't get my goons, didn't get you everything, you know what I'm saying? But see, the thing is that 50 was still trying to be professional. He said, I'm not going to bring my people to come in and take and unlife you because I got something going on, but you can't be in the same space I'm in.
Mm-hmm.
I know you're in the music business, I'm in the music business. You going on tour, I'm going on tour. I'm on one of the park, you don't want to park. We can't be scheduled on the same turf at the same time in the same city. It's not gonna happen. It's gonna be a problem. And that's what happened.
Yeah,
that's what happened.
50 Cent put up the picture. I'm smoking on that Gotti pack. Nah, God bless him. You know, rest in peace, Irv Gotti. I do not want to be on 50's bad side. And he's a Cancer. Cancers are very, very, very feeling people. So it is just so funny to me that he can be, but you know what? Maybe he's a Taurus rising.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, like I said, like I told people before, like we said earlier, Irv Gotti was the face, is still to me of the whole 90s, even though when he left, started his own Murder Inc. label, and to see how he made the name Murder Inc. So 50 felt about that. Like you actually named your company Murder Inc. after you tried to unlike me. Like, come on, brother. I would feel some type of way too. Like, come on, no, dog. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not petty. This is just real. This stuff happened before this industry, before they was in the music into the mainstream when they were first coming up. Because around that time that thing happened to 50, he just got the job at being an A&R for Def Jam about the same time. So you know what I mean, and that's why 50 would have probably got signed to Def Jam if Irv wasn't there.
You think so? A problem. Oh, yeah. That too was an issue. A lot of people don't realize that they were blocking 50 for a long time.
Yeah, because of Irv Gotti. Irv Gotti had to say so, man. When Irv Gotti brought those ideas of everything that went on in the night, anything that's from Def Jam in the 90s, everything from the 90s, that was Irv Gotti's idea. From Redman getting signed, from Method Man getting signed, from Foxy Brown, Jay-Z, I keep going. That was Irv's movement. Irv's the one that had the power to say. He tried to tell them, they didn't listen. Then they went behind his back and did it, and it got successful. Oh, you better say Foxy Brown. They was like, who? Foxy who? Nah, she all right. Then a month later, they signed her. We're gonna release this song. Don't release that song. Release this song. Now, Irv, what are you doing? Like, you don't know what you're talking about. Okay, don't listen to me. They released the song, #1 hit. Okay, we're gonna release the album this date. No, release the album this date. Lil Kim come out right there.
Yeah.
They didn't listen to him. Then what happened? Boom. You know what I'm saying? Everything that was going on in Def Jam, the ideas, even when he was earning income, he left Def Jam. He was still giving them ideas, and then they didn't listen, and then they listened behind his back and didn't work. Everything. Everything.
We're having conversations right here today, y'all. Y'all make sure y'all stay tuned. We're gonna be talking about this woman in Pakistan for a minute, bro. On one and Cat Williams. I want your thoughts on that. If you saw that interview with Cat Williams.
yeah, no doubt. But Irv is a real powerful dude. Like, that's why I like his passion. When he was on Jig Tramps, he really broke it down. That really opened my eyes. Like, he said the same thing. And that's why I got the idea. What I'm saying now, he said that all those ideas was his. He broke it down. Go back to that Jig Champs. Watch that with Irv Gotti. You know what I mean? Them his ideas, man, and they ran with it. And he took them same exercises he did for Def Jam, he did for Murder Inc. And everything he came out with Murder Inc. was a hit.
You definitely, man. As soon as you hear Ja Rule was everywhere too. He was on Mary's joint. He was
Yeah,
with
yeah,
Auntie. Man, they definitely
yeah.
made an impact in the 90s. He's talking about 50 comes off bitter to him. I want to know.
Yeah.
So moving on to another one, bro. You like 50 not bitter. That's that Taurus in you. I feel you though. I feel you.
I to this day, if somebody was I was in that position, man, I can't. You know, you can't be in the same space as me. I'm not gonna. And then you being paid. And then 50. If y'all go down that rabbit hole, 50 tried to fix that back then. He the one that called Louis Farrakhan to put them together to squash this and get an understanding. But Irv Gotti and Ja Rule declined.
It was a lot of them. Like I am a fan of 50 Cent. And probably a super fan of 50 Cent. So I know a lot of the stories, and they really did try and keep him out of many places. That's one of the reasons why he's working so hard to make this production company what it is, because they tried to keep him out of Hollywood. So he says, you know what, I'm gonna build it myself. And Tyler Perry helped him a lot with that.
Yeah, it also Tyler Perry helped him get part of Fox 20 Fox. Fox is a part of 50. So when you're watching the Super Bowl on Fox, or you watch some on Fox, 50 go behind all that. The shows on there, he's part of that.
Do you think he's going to take Lil Meech out of BMF? Because part of what he said is what show? They may not be verbatim, but I hope not. I hope not, because he's a really great actor.
Because it's like, you know, if you want to look at it as a business point of view, go ahead and make it do what it do. But if you on your personal wave, don't. But it's all about business first. Like, you know, I don't have to like you to do business. You know what I mean? That's me. I don't have to love you, nothing. But if it's business and we both eating and we both got bills to pay, why not? You know what I mean? But after the business done, you can't sit at my table. You can sit at my table when we talk this business, when that check coming. That's it.
I want to shift gears a little bit, and I don't even know if you heard about this particular story. Did you hear about the woman that went over to Pakistan?
You send me that footage.
Oh, I sent. Okay. I'm going to play a little bit of this. So this lady, she went over to Pakistan, and she was supposed to marry this guy. Got there, this guy is 19 years old, and the family's like H to the L, no, like heck to the no, and and she's demanding $20,000. They saying that she has some mental illness, but what are your y'all?
I came here to visit today to fix up this place, to reconstruct this place. Okay, for Mr. Chipper. Okay. Listen, I hope he's saying the right things, okay? Like I said, Pakistan needs to be reconstructed. I'm asking for $20K right away in my pockets at the end of this week. That's all, folks, for today. That's it. He have nothing else to say. Goodbye. Assalamu alaikum.
वालेकुम अस्सलाम.
Thank you.
अब जो भी ये मामला जितना हो गया 2-3 दिन बहुत हो गया भाई, बहुत हो गया. बस है, बस अब बस है. बस है.
That's it.
बस.
He talks too much.
Well, her family, it's being reported that she does have a history of mental illness, and her family is urging her to come back to the States, but she's saying no, she's not leaving without them giving her money. I think she's asking something like $2,000 a week. And what do y'all think of this woman being over there in Pakistan? I mean,
okay. Was she okay? My understanding, let me see if I get this right. Did she go over there when she got married? She found somebody online.
That's my understanding. They met online, and she was supposed to marry him. She gets there, finds out he's 19 years old, and the family is like, no, you're not going to marry my 19-year-old child. And they're telling her, like, no, go home. What are you doing here? And she's refusing to go home. It is my understanding that she is demanding some money. And she has children, I believe. It is my understanding that she has, because in one of the videos that I looked at, she talks about that she has a child, and And they ask her, well, is this the young man's child? And she's like, I'm a Muslim. I don't tell my business. So y'all, I just wanted to know. Devashna says she thinks that she was catfishing him. She may have been. Have you ever watched the show Catfish?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
She may have been catfishing
probably, but my thing is, okay, another question is, did she pay herself to go there, or did they to give her a ticket to go there? Did they pay for her travel?
See, that's what I was trying to figure out too, because there's so many different stories, and you can tell that mentally she is not all there. She's not all there mentally. I don't believe she's there mentally. And if she is having a mental episode, that can be very, very dangerous. If you've ever dealt with anybody who has mental issues, if they are not on their correct medications, that can be very, very dangerous. So I don't know what this is that's going on with this young lady. Our prayers out to her. She's over in an entirely different country. Culture is different. I just say a prayer for her. I can't even imagine. Her son spoke out as well. Okay. Do you know what her son had said? Or if you can find it, send it to me really quickly. I know we don't have a lot of time, but I also wanted to get into the story about Rosa Parks and who she was, because I don't know if a lot of you understand the significance of what she was able to do. And I know some people are probably going to be like, well, she wasn't the only one that stood her ground. She was not the only one. And yes, there are reasons behind her being the face of this thing. But regardless of what, she is still the face. And I believe she deserves that respect. Now, what's going on in different cities across the U.S., bro, as far as Rosa Parks?
I know they have, all the buses in the United States have that reserved seat. And that, that we have here in the NFTA, those who catch the bus here in Buffalo, in any other areas around the upstate, they have a big picture of her saying this seat is reserved. Do not sit here. And I felt some type of way when I catch the bus every day back and forth to my my 9 to 5 movement, and us as Black people, we are very embarrassing to what's going on as a Black culture, because every time I got on the bus, uh, somebody that's Black and ignorant will sit in that chair, and they'll look at it, and then they'll sit in that chair. And that bothers me because of the passion I have for what our people, our ancestors, my grandmothers and my great aunts and stuff went through. You know what I mean? To even get a chance to even sit in that seat today. Okay. We have every race. Even the Trump supporters don't even sit in that chair. I had 3 or 4 people get on the bus that had on a Trump hat who was packed and looked at it, smiled, and stood up and put their hand on the thing and just hold there. And they took the ride standing up for that chair. So if a Trump supporter could do it, what's wrong with our Black people? Into entitlement.
Well, I am going to play I want to show the clips. I thought I had it uploaded in there, but obviously I don't. I'm going to show the video, the clip of what you're talking about, just so people are aware of what the seat looks like, because it is a respect thing. And maybe some of you don't understand, understand, like some things should be off limits.
Every race respected. Puerto Ricans came on the bus, Africans came on the bus, Indian people came on the bus, and they did not sit in that chair. No matter how packed the bus was. And I told a couple of people that had senior citizens came on, they didn't even sit on there. And I had to, let people know, could you get up for the senior citizens to sit down? I shouldn't have to coach you to when a senior citizen get on the bus in the front, that's their seat. You're a young man, you're a young lady. Stand up.
Yeah.
Stand up so Rosa Parks can sit down. But that's why we can sit down today.
On that note, I'm going to go ahead. We do have a brief clip that we are going to play from the biography channel, just to remind everybody who Rosa Parks was, for those who don't remember, and for those who need to know who she was and why it is so important to honor her legacy.
Born the eldest of two children in 1913, Rosa Louise Macaulay was raised on her grandparents' farm in Pine Level, Alabama. As a child, Rosa was exposed to the realities of segregation. She walked to school daily because the elementary school bus system prohibited black students from riding. Rosa later attended the Alabama State Teachers College High School. However, due to both her grandmother and mother's illnesses, she was forced to drop out. At 19, Rosa met Raymond Parks, who worked with Montgomery's NAACP chapter. After their marriage in 1932, and much encouragement, she earned her high school diploma. Rosa joined Raymond in the NAACP, serving as the chapter's secretary and youth leader.
History is peculiar. It places gifted and talented women and men in situations where they must make a choice. The choice she made was on the afternoon of the 1st of December, 1955, on a bus as she was going home from her seamstress job in a department store in Montgomery, Alabama.
Rosa, along with 3 other black passengers, were told to give up their seats to a white male passenger. She refused and was arrested. An all-day bus boycott was organized on the day of Rosa's trial, December 5th, 1955, where she was fined $14 and found guilty.
She was a role model for courage in the face of racial injustice. Rosa Parks, through her quiet eloquence, through her commitment both to her faith and to the cause of civil rights and racial equality, was prepared to sacrifice everything. Her security, even her life, to fight for what was right, at least her perception of what was justice.
Thousands of people walked, carpooled, and took cabs to work. The boycott lasted 381 days, with the 26-year-old Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. as their leader. Rosa was not the first person to refuse to give up her seat. 2 other women were previously arrested for the same offense. However, it was this quiet 42-year-old who became the face of the Montgomery bus boycott. In 1956, groundbreaking history was made.
The Supreme Court decision by a 9-0 vote supported the civil rights position, calling for an end to racial segregation on municipal buses.
Unable to find work, largely due to her political stance, the Parks moved north to Detroit, Michigan, and by 1965, Rosa began to work for Congressman John Conyers until 1988, when she retired. In memory of her husband and in her vision for a better tomorrow, Rosa co-founded the Rosa and Raymond Parks Institute for Self-Development, which educates young people on the civil rights movement, gives freedom bus tours, and provides youth with professional guidance. Rosa also worked giving lectures and advocating for social justice. Rosa Parks passed away on October 24, 2005. She was the first woman and second African American to lie in honor at the U.S. Capitol Rotunda. Rosa received over 24 honorary doctrines and numerous national and international awards, among them the Medal of Freedom from President Clinton and the Congressional Gold Medal of Honor. Rosa was a grassroots activist for social justice and peace through her efforts in the civil rights movement to her participation in the anti-apartheid movement for South Africa. Although she never planned on getting arrested, her simple action changed the course of a nation.
I think Mrs. Parks unexpectedly had greatness thrust upon her. I think she was born for it. And I do think she achieved it. You see what I mean? But had she not, of that particular day, said, I'm not moving, my feet hurt, we would have a different nation and a different world.
So we here at Green Links support and appreciate what she was able to do. And Franklin does not get mad a lot but he was definitely upset about this. So I knew we had to talk about that. And it is a respect thing. I think us growing up, we were taught to respect our elders, and I see that there definitely is a lack of respect in the newer generation. It just is. It really is. But we need to teach them better. And if you are one of them out there, do better, because that's just ignorant. It is.
It is our people. That's crazy. That's the thing that really bothers me. Like how the guy came in with the Trump hat on, and the other guy came in with a KKK hat on.
And they go
They walked right past it, looked at it, walked right past it, stood up. But then you got the one young black sister, or young black brother will come, happen several times this week, and sit in that chair.
Yeah.
You know, and then one of them yesterday on the bus, a young white lady told a black person to get out that chair. Like that's reserved. Who's reserved for? That's reserved. The spirit of Rosa Parks sitting right there.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, get up, please, ma'am. I didn't see that. Yes, you did.
The rudeness of it.
Yeah. You know. So yeah, us as a people need to do better, man. You're not entitled for anything in this world, man. You know what I mean? I noticed that this generation, even a couple of my kids that I brought into this world have the same mentality of entitlement. You know what I mean? I don't know what's going on, where it come from. That's not the cloth I come from.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and so if that's not my cloth, then I didn't teach you that. Make sense?
I feel you, bro.
Yeah, you know.
I feel you.
Yeah, you know. So tell me what y'all think about that. If you on a bus and somebody's sitting in that chair for that chair is reserved for 29 days, the shortest month of the year. Can we sacrifice 29 days for nobody to sit in that chair? Just 29 days throughout the whole year? Can we?
That is not a lot of time.
You know what I mean?
Not a lot of time.
So how would you feel if you see somebody sitting in that chair? Would you tell them to get up? Kind of.
Yeah, it's like definitely side eyeing them. Like, why would you even want to sit there? Do you not understand the impact that she was able to make to allow you to sit anywhere on that bus?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if this generation, because they don't see it in front of them, that they don't realize that these are human beings that came before us. It aggravates me when I think about the civil rights movement and how we today move, forgetting what was done, what was prepared so that we can do this.
Mm-hmm.
Because 50 years ago, we wouldn't have been able to do this. We wouldn't have been able to do this. And there were people that allowed us, that fought hard for us to be able to do this. And I feel that we need to be doing a better job at fulfilling the promise that they made to us by risking their lives. Like, they literally risked their lives. My mom, just for us to get bused to the other side of the bridge, they staged sit-ins and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
When I was growing up in the late 70s and the 80s, they did sit-ins because I don't know if you knew that, but when I was in elementary school, we didn't have a bus coming on our side of the bridge. They had to fight for that. And I figure it was in the mid 80s they fought for that. I remember them doing stand-ins, and then by going toward the late 80s, people were going to school across the bridge. But before that, we didn't have buses.
You had to walk
or get a ride. If your parents had a car, then you can go to the Lackawanna and the other schools on the other side of the bridge. But before then, you can pull up articles and see that the parents got together and fought to have the buses come and pick us black and brown kids up. And this was the late 80s, y'all. Like, so when I say that, I think we need to be doing a better job, or at least do some research and look at your history. It's certain times you can still look around and see segregation.
Yeah, I mean, like the young lady said on the bus too. Even the driver, even said on the bus, said that there's no excuses because, and the driver, and the young lady's driver even told the people on the bus, go on your phones, Google that Rosa Parks story is in every literature book on all ages, levels of education.
Mm-hmm.
She is more in that realm than Martin Luther King.
Mm.
So if your kid is in pre-K, guess what? Pre-K literature book gonna have Rosa Parks in there.
Mm-hmm.
You in middle school, it's in there. You in high school, it's everywhere. Every Black History Month, they have something about Rosa Parks somewhere in your city. If it's even not the bus, they still have a mural or something going on in your city about Rosa Parks. You might have a street named after her in your home city.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no excuse to say you don't know.
I agree. Did you so last thing I wanted to talk to, did you get a chance to watch the newest Cat Williams and Theo Von interview? I wanted to play a quick clip of that.
I get a chance to watch it. Yeah, I've been busy, but I definitely want to check it out.
It's good, bro. I'm going to play a little clip just to give you guys an idea. These are some of the best moments that.
Do you think that there is actual cloning going on?
We know that there's actual cloning going on. The question I believe you're asking is human cloning.
Oh, yes, sir.
But let's start with the real question. The real question is cloning going on? Yeah, it is.
I knew it.
Yeah.
Damn, bro. Nobody could trust anybody. And that's a scary part to me sometimes.
The Bible said, do not put your trust in men. It's pretty specific. Why? Well, because everybody can be compromised except you.
Yeah.
If you don't believe in God, then it's pretty messed up because now you only got you to believe in. But if you got you and God, you can believe in both of those.
This was a really, 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 really great interview. I had not heard of Theo Von prior to that, but it's a really great interview. I like how Kat really has a way of speaking, having a conversation with people and them opening up. So not only is Kat offering information and opening up, he also has a way of just having the space open for people to open up. And there's a scene, there's one portion, one of my favorite parts of that interview is where Theo is talking about his fear of water. And you can hear, like, he knows that he's afraid of water, but it seems like it wasn't until him and Kat started talking and he's thinking about, well, what triggered, what happened that makes me have this fear of water? And you can see it in his face when it comes to him. And then Kat has this thoughtful moment like, yeah, now you realize what it is. But it's a really great interview. If you have not watched it, make sure you do. But what do you think of cloning? It's being done.
Oh yeah, it's been going on for years though. It's just now being in the forefront, man. People started talking about that really heavy in the early 2000s, but it's been going on. Me being a right knowledge cat, they've been talking about that since the JFK movement and all that, man. So of all the JFK, the Kennedy family. So if y'all go down that rabbit hole, y'all see that there's a lot of Kennedys out there all of a sudden, right? What I'm saying, who was breeding these babies? Like who was this? Like Kennedy, who? Brian Kennedy, who that? What I mean? Stuff like that. So this is part of the world we in, and you can believe it or not to believe. At the hey, but if you keep on being on this earth and keep moving how you moving, you know what I'm saying? The truth will set you free.
Man, bro, would you tell them? Listen, I stumbled across an article where the allegedly the U.S. spent $10 million to test transsexuals and animal trans. I can't even put it together. Yes, y'all. Yes. Yeah. Do your research. Go ahead and do an internet search.
and the more this internet is open and the more things getting revealed, the more weird it gets.
Yes, like why would you spend millions of dollars to figure out how transsexual animals, like what do you think that is going to make you do? Understand why some people feel as if they're a man and some people feel as if they're a woman, even though they were born, with these other parts that they feel like is not even a part. Like, come on, y'all.
Yeah, it's like,
$10 million could have went to something else.
Yeah, at the end of the day, like I tell people all the time, you can use these platforms and this internet for negative, or you can use it for positive, and you can make it a movement to where it can benefit you in all different ways. But please, those who's trying to elevate themselves or whatever you got going on, please don't get distracted on a lot of this stuff. Educate yourself, it's cool, but don't get distracted into your movement and your agenda or what you got going on to try to figure out something that just stay educated in that way, but keep moving. Don't get distracted.
Mm-hmm. I love that. Well, I had what are we leaving them with? This was a great show. I love our morning shows. Make sure y'all tune in, and if you have not, make sure you subscribe to Green Links World Entertainment. We will be back every Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is the Morning Show podcast, bro. What are you leaving them with today?
Yeah, man. Listen, we go ahead and leave with this here, because shout out to Boss Banger, man. He's launching his company in the next 30 to 40 days, man. He's definitely grinding, man, behind the scenes. I can't wait. So we're gonna end it for one of the first singles that you hear didn't release, but the B2B album is coming, and let's go ahead and make it do what it do, because we got Roses in the house,
Joker.
Yeah. Give me my roses while I'm here. Don't wait till I up and disappear. Oh no. Ahead of my time and it's clear. Okay. You still ain't noticed the dime in the gym. Oh no. I put my heart in it, better know that. The passion I have in every moment. This ain't for sure, y'all. I get my all to the last one fall. Roses.
Been through the weather, been through the storm. Cold in Buffalo with these rhymes keeping me warm. 1974, hip hop was born. Zodiac, May 13th, I got home. Of course, this first class is the market. 2017, that's when I got started. Every class, you got to learn then pass. Go to sleep and waking up with cash. The hustle, move real fast, you pull the muscle. Fight from the street, defeat, so I tussle. Shorty can't eat no butts, so I hustle. Get that. Trying to rock the 11 rings, that's Bill Russell. Don't get mad, I teach the folks to get a bag. Don't get mad, haters frustrated, so sad. I'm on my grind and shine, let's get it on. If you feelin' what I'm saying, stop playing and sing the song.
Give me my roses while I'm here. Don't wait till I up and disappear. Oh no. Ahead of my time and it's clear. You still ain't noticed the dime in the gym. Oh no. I put my heart in it, better know that. The passion I have in every moment. This ain't for sure, y'all. I get my all to the last one fall. Roses.
Petals fall, bet it off. 4 chicks counting my paper, set it off. I'm a heavy boss, chain heavyweight. Only built for Cuban links, so praise the rate. I'm a guard body with a hard body. 2-tone Mozzie, call it a hard roddy. Still a poor Gotti, all on wise guys. If you miss, you die, nigga, them hard tries. He really ain't gonna love you till you gone, and them niggas ain't gonna slug you in his song. Ain't gonna do shit. They probably call a captain in his pigs. What you made, I can match it in my sleeve. Give me a party in the streets, put the chicks in capris, put the pain in the beats. Put a couple roses on the concrete. You should've loved me when you had me, that's beyond deep.
Roses while I'm here. Don't wait till I up and disappear, oh no. Ahead of my time and it's clear. You still ain't noticed the dime in the gym, oh no. I put my heart in it, better know that. The passion I have in every moment. This ain't for sure, y'all. I get my all to the last one falls. Roses.
Are you one that likes to stand out amongst the rest? Well, check out Painted Drip by the Joker. Painted Drip is a customized footwear company that specializes in unique hand-painted customized footwear, which is hand-painted by the Joker himself. Shipping is available all over East Coast, West Coast, no matter where you are, we can get these products to you. So follow the drip. Check out their IG page, Painted Drip, for more information. And again, all footwear is customized and handmade by the Joker.
This ain't for sure, y'all. I get my all to the last one fall. Roses.
Been through the weather, been through the storm. Cold and Buffalo, these rhymes keeping me warm. 1974, hip hop.